Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman visited Pikeville, sharing the opening remarks for the Kentucky Symposium for Maternal and Infant Outcomes. And President Donald Trump ordered flags be flown at half-staff following the Minnesota school shooting.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here on this Thursday, August 28th at 6 o'clock this morning. And Megan, it is almost Friday. Good news for us, especially with the cooler temperatures.
Yeah, definitely not looking forward to the cooler temperatures later on this year, but this morning, not too bad. We're sitting in those 40s though. So here's what you need to know as you're heading out the door. A lot of 40s from all the way from Irvin to Grundy, so from west to east, we're going to see those cooler temperatures. Some folks are a little bit luckier seeing warmer temperatures in Monticello, 57, 52 in Somerset, but this afternoon still going to be a little bit on the cooler side. Normally this time of year we sit at 84 degrees, but instead, well, we'll be looking at the upper 70s and low 80s, and we'll stay nice and clear throughout the day. Just looking at sunny to mostly sunny skies with high temperatures around that 4 p.m. time frame. And again, sunshine is just going to carry on throughout the day with you. Amelia.
Well, we are about halfway through the annual SOAR Summit, and conversations about the future of the mountains are filling the Corbin Arena. And that future includes artificial intelligence. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino spoke to some participants at the summit.
The SOAR Summit is designed to grow the Appalachian region one idea at a time. Leaders, innovators, and community members came together at the Corbin Arena to share ideas for Eastern Kentucky, including students and educators.
So we believe that in order to be successful in our region, we all have to play our part. So we need an educated workforce, we need a healthy workforce, we need infrastructure, we need all those investments coming together, and we see at the University of the Cumberlands we can play our part by showing students what is possible.
Students and faculty with the University of the Cumberlands are among those educating folks on how AI can be a useful tool.
And then down here is our AI cafe. So we're serving up coffees, waters, but then we also have some stations where we are just teaching people different ways that they can use AI.
Some of the stations were designed to help students use AI as a study aid, to assist building resumes, and even assisting teachers with their courses.
Using AI to help make the services that we provide, the courses that we provide better. You know, you can't use it as a crutch, but it definitely can be a good thought partner and something that, you know, can help you springboard to better ideas.
As they inform others about AI while preparing students for what the workforce may look like in the future. In Corbin, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
The SOAR Inspire Awards were also handed out last night. Those go to people, organizations, and communities making an extraordinary impact in Eastern Kentucky. You can see a list of those winners on WYMT.com. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman visited Pikeville yesterday, sharing the opening remarks for the Kentucky Symposium for Maternal and Infant Outcomes. The symposium brings healthcare workers, educators, and community partners to the Appalachian Wireless Arena, with discussions ranging from mental health to pregnancy-related death. Organizers say it's all about preparing providers to best serve women and babies throughout the Commonwealth, making sure everyone's on the same page.
A lot of these challenges that we're facing in Kentucky, it's going to take all of us coming together to put the pieces together to figure out how we can move forward in the best way possible. And that's exactly what these folks are here doing.
The symposium continues today. Organizers say 325 people registered to attend in person and 250 are registered virtually. Well, yesterday marked 19 years since a deadly plane crash claimed 49 lives at Lexington's Bluegrass Airport. On August 27, 2006, the pilot of Comair Flight 5191 took off on the wrong runway. All 47 passengers and 2 crew members died. One person survived. That's co-pilot Jim Polhinke, who was actually piloting at the time of the crash. Former WKYT anchor Sam Dick says in his 48 years in broadcast, this is the most important story he was a part of as an anchor and reporter.
Within minutes, he said, "You need to get on the air live." By myself. And all we knew, it gives me goosebumps, All we knew at that time was maybe there had been a plane crash. And as more stories came out, it just became more tragic. You know, the couple that had just gotten married the day before, the older couple that were celebrating something, a college student who was 25 years old. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
Years after the crash, a 17-foot sculpture with 49 silver birds was installed to remember the 49 lives lost. It's located at the Arboretum on the University of Kentucky campus. Now to Minneapolis, where the first week of school was marred by a horrific shooting. Police say a suspect opened fire on a mass full of Catholic school students, killing 2 young children and wounding 14 other kids. Authorities say 3 adult worshipers, all in their 80s, were also injured. CBS has more from Minneapolis as police search for answers.
Prayer services and a candlelight vigil in Minneapolis as the community comes together after unspeakable tragedy.
We are a city united in grief. Let us take the next step to be a city united in action.
Hours earlier, police say a suspect shot through the windows of an Annunciation Catholic church during a mass full of students from the church's school. 2 young children, just 8 and 10 years old, were killed.
This was a deliberate act of violence against innocent children.
5th grader Weston Halsney says he ran and hid under a pew after he heard the gunshots.
My friend Victor saved me though, because he laid on top of me, but he got hit. I hope he's good in the hospital.
Parents were visibly shaken as they later reunited with their children. Police say the suspect, identified as 23-year-old Robin Westman, died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
We're also aware of a manifesto that the shooter had timed to be released on YouTube. That content has since been taken down with the assistance of the FBI, and it now remains under active review by our investigators.
Flags in Minnesota and at the White House were lowered to half-staff. The FBI says it's investigating the incident as an act of domestic terrorism and hate crime targeting Catholics. Nidia Cavazos, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Police say the suspect was armed with 3 guns, all legally purchased, and that they recovered more firearms connected to the suspect after executing search warrants at the church and at 3 residential places in the city. The Minneapolis Foundation has set up a fundraiser for the victims. Well, Kentucky families are watching the news of 2 children killed in a shooting in Minnesota, just weeks or days after sending their own students back to school. Some school leaders are discussing how they're reassuring families and students in moments of tragedy. One doctor talked about how this will impact young students who just returned to the classroom. She says kids of all ages may develop some anxiety about going to school, but there are ways to help them through this as a trusted adult in their lives.
What parents need to do is open up dialogue and talk, offer support, and then remind your child of all the things that their school is doing to help keep them safe.
Dr. Stone recommends parents monitor children's screen time and social media use as this story develops. Well, President Donald Trump ordered flags be flown at half-staff following the school shooting. And here's video on your screen now of flags flying outside Union Station in Washington. That's just blocks away from Capitol Hill. The president issued a proclamation yesterday calling for flags at all federal buildings, military posts, and naval bases to be flown at half-staff through sunset on August 31st.
And we are continuing to see those cool temperatures and dry skies for your Thursday this morning. As you're heading out the door, you can really just expect a little bit of clouds here and there, but overall not too bad. We'll stay dry all day long with those temperatures as you're heading out the door in the mostly 40s. We're seeing a mixture of mid to upper 40s. Some folks are currently in the low 50s with the exception of Monticello. Of course, a little bit warmer than the rest of the region, 57 degrees right now. As we head into the afternoon, though, we are looking at the chances for 80s. That has not happened in a while. But yes, 81 degrees is that forecast high for Somerset and Irvin, 80 for Moorhead and for Monticello. Looking cooler as you travel more and more to our Virginia counties. Here's a breakdown of the day. We'll see those cool temperatures for the next little bit before we start to see those warming up, hitting a high around that 4 o'clock time frame. Sunny to mostly sunny skies is your forecast. Amelia.
Well, thanks so much for joining us on Mountain News this morning at 6:09. Several Kentucky counties are currently under countywide burn bans as dry conditions in the state are raising fire safety concerns. We've got the details.